Okay, so this is the file that you've got, which is what I sent to you. I hope the little descriptions make sense. The best way I would then say if you want to create a story is to go to File, New, and then the right sizing for a story is 1080 by 1920. Make sure it is portrait, and then just create the page. So you'll get a blank page. So this can be where your story will be made. Go back to your templates, and then say if you want, just zoom in, to do a story with the same sort of layout as this one here, just drag and hold so it selects all of these things. I'm just going to unclick these, so I just press shift whilst unclicking them, so it means that you can unclick something if you've selected it by accident. And then I Command C on a Mac, so just copy whatever it is if you've got a Windows computer, and then go to your page. Sorry, I have lots of files open. And then just Shift Command V. I just press OK, and usually, yeah, so if you just Command V, then it will paste it here. Make sure that there are no white spaces around and they should all be lined up. And then you have this here for you. You just double click and you can change Christmas dinner, make sure it's capitals for this, and you can get rid of the second line, and then we welcome you to the hotel during this festive season or something. And I would maybe put this on 2 lines so the spacing looks quite nice. And then there you go, you've got your logo. This is the, you can just move it, so just click it and move it. Properties here, it will tell you. So this has got 100% opacity. So you don't need to put an image or anything behind it. Just make sure it goes back in. And if you wanted it to have a slightly different opacity, you could select the other template from the guide. So this one has 70 and this opacity is 20. So it just means you can have images behind it. So that because this is 17, that's the same layout, you can literally just change that to that. And then you can add a photo behind it. So just upload a photo, add it in. And then if it appears at the front, I'll do a quick example with some of your images that you've got. So say if we just use a black cod image, drag it, push it in, and make sure it opens. So I always hold shift, so it just means that the image stays in proportion, and you'll see it's at the front. So you can right click, press arrange and send backward, which you can keep doing, or you can do the shortcut which is here, which I do. So then you'll see that it overlaps a little bit, but you've got this all kind of laid out in the right way. And then what I would suggest is, it gets a little bit tricky, but you can keep referring back to this if it makes sense, is just copy the opacity square, because it fits the outside and the measurements of the story template that you want to use, and then just paste it again. So do Command Shift V and it will paste in the exact same space. And then with that already highlighted, just press Shift, which I don't know what you've got, if you've got Windows, that will also select this background image, and then if you do right click, make clipping mask, this just means that this is now has been cut to the shape of our template, and then just do what you did before, which is just the command and then open bracket and send it to the back, and then you've got a story made. There is a little white bit here, so that could just be, means you just need to drag the grey bit down a little bit, and that is a story made. So that's how you can do that. If you want to do a few stories in a row, if you edit artboard and press plus and plus, this just means that you could do 3 stories, so you've got a sequence of stories that you post at the same time and they're the same sort of layout, and then they're all ready to go, and then you just file, save as, wherever you decide to save it. My files are quite messy and this is not the right one. And then just drop down, ignore that, don't do that. We can save the file as an Illustrator file, but if you export as, and then a PNG, and then name it whatever you want to, use artboards so that it separates all of the items out, and then export, and then that will all save for you. I hope this makes a little bit of sense. Any questions? It's just a very quick overhaul on how you can use the guides and create stories with them. And yeah, if there's any other questions, just let me know.